We are getting ready to start HorsePLAY Live, episode 142. Here's the music right now.
Word.
You are listening to an All Games Radio Network broadcast of allgames.com.
Hi, this is Normie from Knuckleballer Radio and Zombie Cast, and you're listening to one of my favorite shows on the Geeky Antics Network. Don't forget to check out the rest of the gang over at geekyantics.net. Warning, there might be rants and food ahead and possibly inappropriate behavior. Don't tell anybody though.
And what's up, ladies, germs, geeks, nerds, robots, and whoever else listens to this damn show? It's HorsePLAY Live. Today's Thursday, September 1st, 2016. Episode 142. Battlefield 1 Open Beta Weekend and more Blizzard hype. That's what it says. It says hype-y. Yeah, but before we get into all that crazy, fun, goodness, and wonderful talk we're going to have today in HorsePLAY Live, I am joined by everybody's filthy favorite, hardcore casual, the man himself, owner and founder of GeekyAntics.net, YogiZilla. What's up?
What's up?
We
Finally
almost
do it.
like, dude. If you were like a little blacker, we could be the Dudley Boys. I'm
Dudley
not.
Boys.
Wait a minute,
Not-
that was
not,
really wrong.
Not New Day.
New Day? No, because they don't have
Wait, I
any
thought-
white boys on their team.
I thought the Dudley Boys were. No, I'm thinking about something else. For some reason.
The Dudley Boy was Bubba Ray, he was a white guy, and then Devon was a black guy, and they were brothers.
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
Listen, if you were a little darker, you
They're the
would've been-
Oreo. They're the Oreo cookie tag team.
Yeah,
for some reason, when you-
we'd be more like a Mexican cookie. You know, you have
Mexican
the
cookie, that would work.
white cracker with the creamy filling.
Dude, you ever had a Chinese cookie? Where they deep fry that
Well,
shit?
you know what I'm talking about, the Mexican cookie.
Yes.
Well, you know, I don't know what it's called. I had it the other day, and I was like, oh. My uncle brought some back when he went to visit his mom and his family in Mexico City, and he brought them back, and I was like, are you going to bring me back some of those? He brought me a whole box. Fatal didn't see any of those because I ate them all.
I ate them.
I ate them. All of them. What you been up to, big boy?
So for those that didn't hear the news, some excellent developments. There's been a lot of stuff going on. The struggle is real, but there is one bit of good news. Well, first, bad news first. Should we do bad news or good news first? Let's do bad news first, right? Yeah, bad news first. Then we'll have a good note to end on. So bad news, our friend Justin Fox did not get funded with release. So don't worry. Make sure you follow that Kickstarter, REELISE. He's still updating to there, and we're helping him figure out all the marketing stuff. And because one thing, when we help people with marketing, it's not just the messaging, the promotional stuff, the advertising. It's also the product development side. Because to me, the biggest challenge with marketing is closing the gap between what you see in your head as the thing, the value, the message, the thing that's going to click, the aha moment, and then the reality of the product, whatever you're offering.
Right.
So stay tuned for that. But the good news, is after, gosh, how long have I been bitching about Comcast? For a year or so, at least on this show.
So you're
It's
telling
been a
everybody you're
while.
going to be on more?
That's the goal. Now I got a whole bunch of work to catch up on, so it's like, but at least now I could watch more streams.
Sorry. So what did they do? Did they bump you up to that terabyte?
I guess what I did is I rallied a bunch of people to complain about it. I told them report them to the BBB, report them to FTC, sign this petition. I just tried to create as much noise as possible, and other people started doing the same thing. And after fighting and calling them and asking to be, have the call escalated and all that stuff and have everything notated, they finally started providing in most markets. Everybody that was on the 300 gigabyte data cap is now on a 1 terabyte cap, which is now a lot more reasonable, more than 3 times what it was before. What I love about it is that in their messaging, they're like, they even trained their customer service people to be like, well, while we did upgrade that, we still feel that 300 gigabytes is more than enough for the average person. It's like, well, obviously you haven't been using the internet in the past decade. I mean, because 1080p streaming, you're looking at several gigs easily, and they're pushing the, 4K now. People, you don't do the 4K now if you don't. We can barely support the 1080p content. You're gonna do 4K streaming? We're not ready for that shit. But anyway.
So did you report their HTTP to the NSA for not being down with OPP? Is that what I'm hearing?
I did. And I SMH'd all the way home.
Nice.
Hey, Justin's around too, I think. Cool. So that's my good news, because that was just ridiculous. And another thing that I did, and this stuff, it sucks. You have to fight so much, make repeated calls. Because their expectation is for you to call anytime you have a problem. If that was the case, I'd be calling 2 or 3 times a day. My time's more important than that. Like, it's not worth the frustration to be on hold for a half hour or more, be bounced around because the first person that gets the call really is just a script monkey, and yeah. But I finally fought with them. I spent like half a day talking them down. I finally got someone. I said, look, I know you guys have a loyalty/retention department. Every company has that hidden department that's like the last resort. So I'm threatening to cancel right now. And I'm going to let you know that I have no intention of paying whatever money I owe. So send me to retention, customer loyalty, whatever you assholes call it.
Escalate
me. Yes. They finally got me to someone, and she was really nice. And she actually knew what she was talking about. And she knocked my bill down $50 a month. Which, thank God I need that shit. So people know your rights. When they say no, just go to the person that will say yes. It's just like sex. You keep getting rejected. Eventually, someone will say yes.
Don't give up. Use that actual advice for sex. It may end in herpes. just fair warning. You got to at least warn the people, man.
Well, Comcast is the herpes of ISPs.
I'm saying.
So that is actually metaphorically and literally correct.
Ta-da! The ever mysterious metaphor, literally.
Man, that will not roll off the tongue. I don't know if we'll make that one to Urban Dictionary. We could try though.
It'll get there.
People are still trying to figure out supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Guys, see, I can't do it.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
There you go.
Yeah, see, I got you.
I used to be able to spell it, but no.
Yeah, it's not a chance. Not doing
that. Lemon pledge that shit.
Oh,
Hope he got quiet.
He stepped away for just a moment. I'm sure he'll be back here in just a second.
Oh, I see. I was waiting for him to chime in on my rant. So yeah, that's basically that. With I've been with AT&T for my cell phone provider for 10 years at least, but maybe 15. It's been a while. And other people like complain they complain about it that they're super expensive, and they are. But you know what? I have good quality service. I never get frustrated when I talk to the customer service. And I'm paying more than the average person. That's probably something where I could switch, but at that point, there's benefits to having tenure, so I don't want to let go of that. You know what I mean? But I even got them to give me a sweet deal that knocked off a shit ton of money off my bill. Whew.
That's
So this
cool.
worked out. Yeah, man. They knocked off like $60 off my bill every month, and then on top of that, I got like a loyalty discount, a certain percentage with that, and then on my last bill they knocked off like $150 right off the top. I'm like, damn.
So I've got an interesting story actually about AT&T because I used to work for their customer service, and back in the
Which
day,
is hard. They're hard to get there.
Oh, dude.
Did they make you take this weird test? I hear they make
yeah.
you take like this weird test. It's like 3 phases, and like the last one, it's like a science fair type thing where you have to like mix liquids and figure out all these crazy like IQ test type of puzzles.
You have to take like a huge test, and it actually has like a 2-page essay at the end. It was kind of nuts.
I've been told that like they barely give you enough time to take it too. So like,
no, they specifically do that to see how you work under a stressful environment.
That's crazy, man.
But so back in the day, they would tell us that there's like, hey, there's still people who will call in that have the original like analog cell phones, and they're on a plan that you will never see us offer because way back when cell phones were first starting, AT&T had this crazy plan that was like $20 unlimited everything.
Oh my god.
And the thing is, as long as that person doesn't upgrade their phone service and stuff, like they don't upgrade their phone or change their service, as long as they never sign a new contract, basically.
Yeah.
That is a legitimate plan that they have to honor because they're grandfathered in.
Yeah, what it'll tell you is that if you change your phone, sometimes you're forced to get certain features. Like you're forced to carry a data plan or whatever. Like that's how they get you.
Mm-hmm.
But that's crazy. $20 unlimited. That back
unlimited
in
everything.
Yeah, that must have been early. That must have been like on the cusp of the changeover, because like my first cell phone was like 94, I think, and it was not pretty because back then, if you weren't in your service area, and you could barely, sometimes you wouldn't be able to tell, like you'd be roaming. You could roam within your 10 city blocks, your neighborhood. You like step in the wrong direction, all of a sudden you're roaming, and you're bouncing off another service provider's towers and paying their rates on top of yours. Like it was crazy. I remember Verizon was the worst. That's why I'll never go back to them. Worst customer service, and they stuck me with like an $800 bill. It was nuts, craziness. Yep, and that still happens if you're like in SoCal and you're like really close to the Mexican border. If you're not careful, sometimes you like start roaming. So, but man, in the 90s, having a cell phone, you had to have money for that shit. That's after a while, they're like, I'm sticking with the beeper. And then I had like one of those the alphanumeric pages where people can like awkwardly talk to an operator and they would transcribe the message before texting. Before texting was a thing. So like you would call in and it would be great because someone was like telling you something dirty. Can you imagine like people like trying to like sext each other and they talk to an operator? If they got an operator that wasn't like super like I don't know, prudish, they would type it word for word. But if it was like a kind of conservative operator, they would like bleep it out or like use different words in place of it. Like I know what they were trying to say there. Good times. You guys have got it both quiet. All right. Let's see. We got some stuff in the chat here. Yeah, Chris Gannon from the Gaming Death podcast. They just wrapped up a few minutes ago. Well, more than a few minutes, like a half hour. And Obi got him into watching WWE again and playing WoW.
Not yet.
So
He hasn't taken the challenge yet. Or he took the challenge, and on the next NSFW, he's going to come on, and Fatal Blades is going to convince him.
Okay, he says he's gonna talk. He's gonna talk to me. Okay, gotcha.
No, he's playing WoW again, despite what his wife was saying and telling him not to.
Yeah, I was listening.
Because basically, everybody's saying, hey guys, don't do it, Chris, don't do it. Mama said no. Your best friend said no, and then you get on me, Obi, should I play WoW? Sure, okay. Like that's all it took.
But yeah, everybody's scapegoat because you're not well liked to begin with, so you don't care. There's nothing off your back.
I could give a flying if you like me or not.
That's what I'm saying.
Wife included. If I piss the wife off too much, my wife will probably send you a gift basket.
Obi's the friend sorry. That when so,
here's some free samples, and I just want to give you something that can cheer up your day, just because my husband's an asshole. That's what she writes.
So you're the friend that when married men are like saying they're going out, the wife asks, "Oh, where are you going?" "Oh, nowhere." "Oh, you're not going to see that Obi guy, are you? I don't like him." Like,
yes, I am that guy.
Well, at least I'll get a free basket out of it. What's up, Red Lee Ken?
Yeah, Lycan, dude. What's wrong with you? Red Lee
I like Red Lee.
Was that your Mexican in you?
It's Red Lee Ken. It's Red Lee. Like, it's a color, and it's used in an adverb form. That's the way I've always read the name. That's the way I'm going to keep reading it.
Red?
Yeah, but I specifically know him, so I know it's Lycan.
It's Lycan, dude.
As in werewolf. Lycanthropy.
Yeah.
Fine. Lycanthrope. Which I prefer calling lycanthrope.
I bet you do.
You're like licking its throat. Whatever the throat is, sounds good. Lick the throat. Lycanthrope.
I've read your fantasy football team name. I know what you're talking about.
Speaking of which, my report says I drafted 3rd overall in our TSC league.
I was 4th. I already know the thing who won. Kills was last. No, Kills was 5th, I believe. I think
Abby has to be last.
Abby has to be last, and she drafted Cam Newton. That's the funny part.
Kills the thing
5th.
is, we're gonna have to talk about fantasy football at some point during this show.
Oh, we will. We will.
So what was Dragon like? 4th?
Dragon was 1st.
Oh, he's first.
Dragon won. Fatal got 2nd. I got 3rd. You got 4th. Kills was 5th, and Abby was last with the draft. If we can start pushing it, we can start doing it. I'd like to do another one with more people, so that it's. I don't want to know if it's any more going to be any more fun, because the more people, the less good draftees I get. But I got screwed in the draft order anyway, so fuck you guys.
Well, yeah, like with more people, it is more fun because it changes the dynamic of drafting altogether. Because like the stuff that was left, that's part of what was tripping me up. I'm used to like drafting in leagues where like there's at least like 8-10 teams, and that makes a big difference. So like, we're like in round. We're in round 10. Yeah, dude, we're in round 10, and freaking, I know you guys were laughing, but like Ben Roethlisberger was still left over. Tom Brady was still left over. Yeah. I mean, I know they've gone through some issues, but they're still top QBs. I mean,
no, I took Tom Brady before round 10.
Well, I'm using an abstract example.
But anyway, there are some, and you guys probably already know
the stuff that was left over was weird though. Like I was like, whoa, really?
Well, you think about it right now, dude. There's actually things that are still there. That
yeah.
There are things that are there are people that are still there that I'm looking at for when I need to do a free agency. Like, I have my little list that I'm going to pick from and I'm going to do from and all this other stuff. But, like, that's it.
Yeah, the waiver wire is going to be interesting because the people that work it too much are going to be bumped down the order. So they're going to have to be very selective about what they pick up. And since we don't have deep benches and we don't have like the free slot you get for like an injured player, that means like you have to like really be careful who you drop and who you pick up. That's gonna be interesting.
It's
I'm used to like
it's gonna be good, dude. I think it's gonna be really good.
because usually my in the leagues we've been running for the past, gosh, I've lost track. It's been at least 5 years in Yahoo, but we've been running it for a long time. Geez, almost as long as Nipples of Fate has been around, like almost since the '90s. Yeah, so we've been doing fantasy football every year. We usually always have at least 2 leagues for that, and then we just extended that to the whole Geeky Antics community. And like sometimes we have like 20 rounds of drafting. It gets crazy. Like depending on how we do it. Like one year we decided to like be really silly, and we did PPR with 2 QBs and like 2 flex options.
Oh my god.
Oh, it was madness. But it was great because like all of a sudden you're looking at like 5th string wide receivers and be like, let me handcuff this player.
Right. I don't. Excuse me. I don't know if I want to do another one. I mean, we can set one up if more people want to join, but like I think the first week of the season is not this coming Sunday, but the following Sunday.
Yeah.
Because this is week 4. This Sunday is week 4 of preseason. So we got to be careful.
Yeah.
Like if we're gonna do it, we can. But next Saturday is draft day, regardless of what anybody can do or not. If they can't make it, we'll do auto draft. But like,
No, you can start the leagues later. So we have time. You don't have to start for week 1. I've started late leagues on NFL.com, Yahoo, ESPN, all the different ones in like week 3, week 4, week 5. I think the latest we ever started was like week 8. There's people that do sometimes we do a week long mini leagues. Those are crazy too.
yeah.
You could do like a redraft league where like everybody could like redraft certain positions. Like there's a lot of shit you could do, man.
Well,
So
like,
people are interested,
well, because I want one at least 10 teams, like to start out with, because this is something that I want to do, like the TSE one that we have, the little 6-person team one, that will grow exponentially to probably 10 to 15 teams next year. Just depends on how much I push it and whoever wants to play again. But like to do one with Geeky Antics or whatever, like I usually play with Yogi. I just didn't get the email, guys, so make sure you know that. Like I'm gonna be doing the TSE one every year. But like when it comes to the Geeky Antics fantasy football, I'm probably going to be playing with Yogi, just because there's no sense in me making it when he already does
it. Don't worry, guys. We haven't become a sports show. Which this is the geeky side of football, because really what excites me about
this isn't really about football. It's about the numbers.
Yeah, it's all about the numbers and like just it's
like
kind of
how many
like
points can I beat Kills Bills by this week? I'm up probably about 50 points on him right now this week before the Sunday, after this team got freaking hurt or suspended.
Yeah, like and it's gambling too, because sometimes you like the thing about it that happens all the time in fantasy football is a player will go into a slump, and then you either just decide to write it out because you know they have the talent and eventually they'll shake it off, or you swap them out, and then you might find out that the next game when you have them on the bench, they have a freaking breakout performance. it never fails, man.
Well, that's something that I'm worried about this year, because I have Russell Wilson. I believe in this kid this year. He kind of slipped off last year, but then my backup for my off week is Matt Stafford. You know as well as I do that Matt Stafford for the Lions is like either a godsend 50-pointer a week or you're -10. Like Fatal's over there right now looking at the freaking stats right now.
Matt Stafford wasn't it? Did he go to Georgia University?
Matt Stafford, yes.
Yeah. Look at that. Georgia pride. Yay.
Oh my. Okay.
And now we're talking. We're like, my brain is like, kind of like
So much for
fuming
being
right now,
this
'cause-
being a gaming podcast.
Well, I'll say we're talking fantasy football here on the show, and then in the chat,
We're straight up.
BFT's like, "Good evening, oddish people," and then Chris is talking about Hearthstone, and his question is if he should dust his rares to get Yogg. Yeah, I mean Yogg still around is great, but I don't know. In my experience, anytime someone plays him, like 9 times out of 10, it backfires. But it could be. It could be a win condition.
I've got quite a
if you get
few.
lucky.
I've got quite a few Yogg decks and quite a few legendary big cards. Final kill command or kill cards, and by far the Yogg, any Yogg deck is because you never know what's going to happen, especially if you do.
Yeah.
At least 20 spells, or almost all of them spells of some way, shape, or form. I mean, dude. Y'all can either win you games miraculously or beat your ever-living ass. Just depends how RNG God's feeling that day.
I think Yogg is like really...
What?
I wouldn't dust for him because Yogg's a coin flip, and so you'll be upset if you do dust a lot of stuff to get Yogg.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like I love Yogg, but like there's like at least 3 other legendaries. If I was to craft a legendary that I'd put ahead of him, at least 3. I mean, I still don't have Prophet Velen. I don't have Sylvanas, and those are like 2 that fit in really well in just about any kind of that you could come up with. Well. Prophet Velen is priest only, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He said, "Okay, I did it." he's a card you play when you're down. But see, like if you're down, I think there are better oh shit buttons like Deathwing. That's a great oh shit button.
Well, of course, if you're down and you got 9 health, they got 30. This is just what happened to me. I got this video clip of it. They got 30 health plus 2 armor, and you drop Yogg, and you have 9 health. You drop Yogg, and they die miserably, and you die. You almost die with 1 health. Like those kind of wins are just awesome.
Oh yeah, and then make great highlight reels.
Then you could drop Yogg on turn 10, and you're up 30. He's down to 10, and you get your ass kicked. Because Yogg will just
someone
whoop your
owes
ass too.
Someone owes
yeah, you owe $5 or something.
For what?
It's just from what I heard.
I just caught that now.
Damn, I said that like a couple minutes ago.
I know, but you got me thinking about all this stuff. Like I'm running numbers through my head. Speaking of old school,
what?
Freaking De La Soul. You see, they're making a comeback. They're doing a tour. They came out with a new album that they crowdfunded. They want to go indie with it, even though they had a lot of record labels approach them.
Who?
They're going indie with it. De La Soul, old school hip hop.
Oh, never heard of them.
You're too white bread for it. Okay, I gotcha. De La Soul's good though. Like they combine like hip hop and jazz. It's really catchy stuff. You might dig it. Like it's like a Tribe Called Quest or Common or Pete Rock and CL Smooth, where it's less of the hard stuff. It's more rhythmic. They actually have lyricism, and it's positive too. So, and you gotta check it out. What's interesting about it, even if you don't really care for hip hop, is the story behind it. That they said when they put up their, I think they did a Kickstarter too. When they put it up in like the first 3 to 5 hours, they raised like 100,000 or something like that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But they got some like hardcore fans, so that's pretty cool.
Or they got one person that just gave a metric fuck ton of money. That gave.
That's true.
I think at the end somebody gave like. Wait, isn't that the game that that one pop star put like 50 grand on it or something like that?
No, not a game. It's an album they came out with.
Yeah, but didn't some like music star put like 50 grand on it to make the? It was like the $100,000 was the goal, and some I know some either movie star or music star or something put like 50 grand on it to make the goal. It was the Kickstarter that I don't know. I don't even know who it was. I guess it really doesn't matter because I don't remember who it was.
Yeah, no. I think another time I can't think of it. But
That
check
might
this out.
not,
This is
that
another
might
cool
not be
thing.
who it is, but
Yo, but peep this, Obi.
peep
They
it.
had 11,169 backers. Guess how much money they raised?
Hmm.
Now, mind you, because they're considered more of a niche group. They're not like I don't know, a Nas or a Kanye West, even though I can't stand the guy, kind of guy. 50 Cent, you know, they're not like they're not as household as these guys are.
Don't talk about 50
today.
like that. Gotta catch case.
Well, how much money do you think they raised?
500,000.
Hey, have a good night, Ken. Oh, you're close. 600,000.
Yeah, but you got to remember. I mean, if one person put a big chunk of change on there, and they're part of that niche group that's part of the head of the community, they can influence somebody. Like, man, I drop 50 on that. You drop 50 on it. All right, cool. You know, especially if it's just something that it's that they're very passionate about in the beginning. Because you think about some of the like super mega stars, like just say for instance The Rock. We were just talking about him on Gaming Death, but for instance The Rock.
I heard.
All right, and he's passionate.
Who supposedly only has 4 moves according to you.
Shut your no. I will explain better in NSFW. I will explain myself. But that
I was listening.
that
though.
is passionate about something. Maybe not even The Rock. Say Angelina Jolie. How's that? It's got millions of dollars from doing all her movies and all this stuff, and she's passionate about something besides kids. And puts $100,000 to save fucking Southeast Asia or some bullshit like that. I'm not gonna say it's bullshit. If you would do what you want with your money, but then I mean, I don't know. Do you think of somebody like that could drop that big lump sum and say, "Hey, I did it. Let's do it," or even talk to a bunch of their because I'm not gonna lie, or I'm not gonna sit there and tell you this is how it is. But if the movie stars, they talk to each other. Okay, some of them are arrogant assholes that are like, fuck you," but they still talk to each other. They do. That's their part of the world. They're the rich and famous. We are the middle and low class. That's it. That's just how it is. So they talk to each other. If somebody's like, "I'll drop $100,000 on this," like, "Hey, dude, this game's really fucking awesome." Especially if they get blown out of the way with maybe it's 3D or an actual TIE fighter or I'm just going to use the X-Wing versus TIE fighter or some kind of space shooter game to where it's all 3D and they're freaking actually moving in a system and they put money towards it. Of course.
Well, yeah,
It can be whatever,
to
but
folks like that, 50K is like pocket change to them. So that is true. But either way, it's still cool. I thought it was pretty exciting. I mean, that's close to $1 million for like something that they only needed like 20% of that. Like they went well beyond their goal. So
dude, they only needed a total. It was like $98,000.
Yeah, so
like they needed under $100,000, and they got 630 something.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. They like overshot their goal. This is I like to hear. I mean,
they better come out with something amazing.
Well, I was looking at it, and they have a lot of cool collabos on there. They got Usher, Pete Rock is on there. There's some good names on there. 2 Chainz is on there. So I think this would be cool, man. I always like their style. Like it's really like just chillax kind of music, feel good kind of stuff, Because I feel like nowadays everybody's like either trying to make you depressed or angry. It's like, man, I don't know. I want to listen to music to kind of get away from the bullshit, not come back to it.
Right.
But maybe that's just me. This has been our longest intro ever, by the way.
It is.
So what do we have tonight in the show, V?
It's all your fault. Blame Yogi. Tonight on the show, guys, it's been a huge week for Blizzard. What's been going on with Hearthstone, World of Warcraft, Heroes of the Storm, and Overwatch. We're also going to talk about, or he's going to talk about The Last Ship, just wrapping up our another amazing season, and we'll talk about it a little bit. And I will, like I said, I said I'll try to watch it. I started it and just didn't get going on it because I was just doing other things. So,
oh man,
he'll probably throw some spoilers,
too much.
or if Fatal doesn't care, I mean, he's still here. He'll probably talk to it, and I'll go cough real hard again and see if I can give myself another freaking breathing attack.
Well, Obi, we talk about a lot of shows, and there's a lot of shows that you and I have both watched that we watch it, but we just catch an episode here and there. We don't really care to keep up with it. But this show, like, I feel like it fires on all cylinders every episode. It's like they condense like a blockbuster, like a summer blockbuster, like just explosions and all the action and adrenaline, right? But then they also put like some substance behind that and they put it all into like one small package. Every episode is that. Oh, so good. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Obi.
Oh, no, you're good, man. And then we're going to talk about the fall TV that's coming out, what we're looking forward to. We're going to skip news again, guys. We'll catch up with everyone live and, of course, All Games Chat, allgames.com, and right here in Geeky Antics Chat on Twitch. So come join us on our new Discord server, guys. Link is going to be in the chat here in a second. Now, if you guys are live, now we said we were going to skip the news, but Yogi lied. And so we're actually got some deals for cheap bastards. It's the good kind of news. So right here at the top of the show, which is now, we're going to do it. Oh, yeah, I forgot. And if you're new to the show, welcome to the gang. What's the gang? It's Geeky Antics Network Global, guys. The gang we lovingly call our community here at Geeky Antics. Hashtag Geeky Antics Unite, or Geeks Unite. Hashtag Pattern Family.
Yeah, Pattern Family. They're making some headlines, making some waves, man.
Yep.
Well, but I'll give you a break. You can skip the whole spiel today. All you gotta
Thank God,
know.
I'm tired of doing the same shit over and over again.
Oh, stop it. You gotta always assume that the new people coming in. So this is what the show's about. We rant. We talk about all facets of geek culture, video games, sports. Sports are geeky if you get nerdy about it with the stats and everything. Yeah, it works. We talk about retro gaming, tabletop gaming, technology, rants, food, rants. Did I mention rants? Yeah, that covers it. And we're live. If you didn't know, we're live right now. We also do the YouTube thing and the podcast thing. We're a real podcast. It's gonna be crazy when people say they have a podcast and it's a freaking video on their website. That's not a podcast. You're not on iTunes. You're not on Stitcher. You're not on TuneIn Radio. Get out of here with that shit. Podcast. Everybody has a podcast now. No, you don't. You have to distribute it for it to be a podcast. Otherwise, it's a video or audio file that's in the abyss of the internet. Okay.
They don't doing it again.
Do not insult the people that actually have legitimate internet radio shows. Okay.
He's doing it again.
Do not. I don't freaking walk around in a potted plant and say, guys, check out my sports car. And then everybody's like, where's your sports car? Right here, I'm in it. And that's a potted plant you got your feet in. No, it's a sports car, idiot. Yeah, I'm gonna go drive to work. No, you call it what it is. Damn it.
He's doing it again.
So, HorsePLAY Live. Obi, what is everybody when HorsePLAY Live is and when they could join us live?
I think we need to have an intervention for you.
No, that really bothers me because I know the podcasters that stick around at least because there are a lot of fly-by-night ones. But for those of us that have been doing this for years, it pisses me off that someone straight off the block and says that they try to act like they're like impressive and they say they have a podcast, but they don't because they're not putting the work in to distribute it.
Right.
You know?
Right. Well, teach his own, dude. For those that say, that you can sit there and go, well, I'm not gonna really support that one. I mean, if somebody asks me, do I know a good podcast of this, this, and this? Yes, you will tell them a good podcast, no matter where they're at. 99% of the time, they're probably going to be on geekyantics.net or allgames.com. So it's something like, do you have a good podcast for Hearthstone? Yeah, dude. Go to twitch.tv/fatal_blades. You can watch him play Hearthstone and WoW, other Blizzard games, too. He's part of the network. Who cares about anybody else? That's just people talking about, hey, spread the word. Tell them about me. Like, oh, cool. What's your podcast, dude? Oh, we talk about geek culture, and then we talk about, movies or just shows or just whatever. Oh, hell yeah, dude. What's it called? I'll be at your next show. We call it the viewing. Okay, cool. I'll be there. Where's it at? And then it's something that's just totally, it's a good podcast. And like, oh, hey, dude, where can I send a link for people to go listen to it? Well, you can just watch it on YouTube. Wait, is that like where else? I mean, are you on Stitcher, iTunes? Are you on TuneIn Radio? Where all the syndication? Where are you syndicated at? Well, YouTube is good enough because we can actually make money right now on YouTube. I was like, wait a minute. So how many views do you have on YouTube? About 100. It's like, man, dude, if you had it on this, that, any one of these that are some of the high traffic areas of the internet, and people, especially if you're talking about movies or TV shows or something like that people are actually going to want to listen to, you could be getting triple or quadruple your views. Well, no, we're good. We're a syndicated podcast, but just on YouTube.
Yeah, and the thing that pisses me off about that.
Yeah,
is,
man, I'll shout it out, and then I'll be like, okay, hey, I'll say it one time, and that's it. But then everybody like, did you shout me out? Yeah, I did. Why didn't come and nobody come? Well, you're only on YouTube.
And that's the thing. Like, this is what people have to understand. Video. If you think, if you're arrogant enough to think that people are going to engage with your content on video consistently and for the majority of the length of that content, you're out of your mind.
Right.
All right? Because even the top YouTubers are struggling to keep people's attention. So with a podcast, people could listen to it while they're doing other things. They could be pooping. They could be cleaning. They could be playing video games and have it running in the background or console. Right. That's the difference.
Right. Well, I do want to let you. It's people are gonna always have their whatevers and shout me out and all this other bullshit. And if it's something that we agree with and we support, we'll shout them out. Just like if you guys are kind of thinking about like, oh shit, Horseplay's coming at 11 p.m. Oh, yeah, I'm getting ready for it, and you're sitting down at your computer about 9-ish p.m., you could just go over to, oh, man, what is it, Gaming Death on Twitch, twitch.tv/Gaming Death, and check out Chris Gannon and his partner over there. I forgot his Caleb. And then their third, I don't know where they're at. I was their third tonight, which was cool. Yogi was their third a couple of nights ago. But go check them out, guys. They're talking about, dude, everything. Like, I think we're scripted. He is totally just like, so, Yogi, Obi, what's going on? I'm like, a little bit of everything, doing this, and this. Should I play WoW? Definitely. And then there it started. And then before that, they were talking about something a little bit more serious. And then all of a sudden, yeah, it got crazy. And then Caleb was lagging most of the time because Skype sucks dick. If you're only doing audio, homie, like I said, go just start one yourself. It's totally free. I will teach you how, or Yogi can help you set it up. It's user friendly. It's totally like you can run a server for free and only have the people that want to be on your podcast in it. That's what it's for. and Discord is really, really good. So, I'll give you a link at some point when I stop talking. But guys, don't forget, HorsePLAY Lives every Thursday at 11 p.m. Eastern Time, 8 p.m. Pacific, 4 a.m. GMT on Twitch channels Geeky Antics, and simulcasted over on YoEzilla. And for those that basically have a little bit lower connection or they're on mobile, HorsePLAY Replay, of course, is also available earlier about 5 p.m. Eastern Time on the network that started the G4 TV, none other than All Games Radio Network. That's allgames.com. Go check them out. They got a bunch of sweet-ass cool podcasts. If you guys like HorsePLAY Live, there's 20 more over there that you guys are going to love. So go check it out. But we are going to get into a few little updates that we got going on. We are going to get into... do we really want to mention last show, the SummerSlam, in a nutshell?
Well, I think at this point, I just thought it was funny that we didn't mention SummerSlam at all. But you know, since we already talked a little wrestling this show, if you wanted to hear the geeky talk about SummerSlam, listen to NSF Wrestling.
Well, we're gonna be. I don't know when exactly. It won't be this weekend because I know he's got to work, and I'm planning on leveling at least one character to 110 this weekend before I go up north for Memorial Day with my wife and kid.
Well, speaking of which, you gotta ping me whenever you get those episodes uploaded because you've been like really erratic with it. So like I'm noticing a lot of the stuff you guys have on the show is time sensitive, and then they get posted up like 3 weeks later. So then they're like, "These are our predictions for SummerSlam." SummerSlam was 3 weeks ago. My bad.
That's okay. Our predictions for SummerSlam were just fucking awful.
Yeah, we don't care. Just put it up anyway.
SummerSlam was thrown off.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll ping you.
Anyway.
I'll ping you. There's probably going to be a couple more shows, more than likely. Probably the live shows, which we'll have to basically set a schedule. It's so weird. You can't really set a schedule at the WWE because they're on, one day it'll be on the third Saturday of the month or third Sunday of the month, and then the next following month it'll be on the first or the second, to where we'll like be doing back-to-back shows, and that really sucks.
Oh yeah, I've seen
especially
that.
when you're doing a niche thing like we are doing with predictions and stuff like that. Now, once we get to where we're more comfortable, we're in the new house and we're in everything that's we're kind of cramped right now. We can't do what we want to do with Blades is starting to stream now. I'm doing more YouTube stuff, and it's once we get it all done up, you guys, you guys are gonna love it because we're gonna try to be doing weekly shows, even if they're just just videos or just the audio for. Recorded, or we, try to do some YouTube videos on it, kind of grow it a little bit along with what we're doing with TSE. So, you guys, there's more to come. Trust me. But
word,
we do want to give you guys some deals, some deals that we found out because we are the number 1, 2, and 3 cheap bastards of the U.S. So deals for cheap bastards. Some quick deals and freebies. Yes, I did it. EA on the house. Knox. It's been 3 months now. You guys haven't checked.
It's a good game. It's a really good game, but they've had that for 3 months. So I thought that was kind of weird.
Now this is something that I want everybody to go get. Okay, and this is because once you get it, you have it. Yes. If you have Xbox One. And of course, if you have the Xbox Live, you have Gold. So go to your games with Gold and get WWE 2K16. We are going to be doing some stuff on there in the future to where we're going to be looking at different matches and actually playing those matches out and, actually putting on a show like they would put on a show in WWE. But in the video game. So if you guys can get it, go get it.
You don't even need a Xbox One. As long as you have Xbox Live, you just go to the website and then you claim it, and it adds to your library. So when you do get an Xbox One, you'll be able to play it.
Yeah, I said fuck that on so many games. You said do that too because I didn't have one yet. I was like, fuck that. I ain't never getting one. I ain't never gonna get an extra.
Yep. we could have had a bunch of games to play together, including Van Helsing on Xbox.
Not like you play anyway.
I was playing earlier today. Where were you?
Ooh.
Where were you this weekend? We were playing Titanfall 2. We were the #1 network out of all our friends. We had the highest net worth. Geeky Antics.
Mm-hmm.
Some butt, you know.
Sure. Like, I mean, when were you playing? I'm just curious. Like, what time?
But it's Saturday night when
What time?
But it doesn't matter. I tagged you and tweeted you.
No, seriously, what time though? Was it like 2:00 in the morning? Yes or no? Just because if it's that early in the morning, like I'm seriously trying to go to bed by 12:30, 1 o'clock.
No, it wasn't that late, dude. We started early in the day. The point is,
I might have been busy and didn't see it or something. It's all good, man. I still like the game. I love the game, dude. No, I played it. I did play some. I played the training missions. I played some PvP. I played some pilot versus pilot. I played it all, just not with everybody else. I love the game compared to Titanfall 1. Titanfall 1 was just clunky. It felt like they were playing it too safe, and it was just like if you didn't get in it from the beginning and get your skill set good, and you were just getting destroyed every single game. This one is like even me getting in there and having a little bit of base knowledge of a shooter game on Xbox, I could actually compete. Like my Titan came out 4 or 5 times in one game. It was great. But it was just
and now it's not on a timer. You have to actually like earn it.
Yeah, no, I mean I was killing that many people in it. Like I was having a blast. I was having fun. Killing, I mean I was dropping crazy kills.
It's a good game. It's funny too because
we'll see if they put another weekend thing out. That's the one thing I freaking can't stand is the weekend shit. Is when somebody wants you to yeah,
they did 2 weekends in a row though.
Yeah, but weekends, like I don't know.
Yeah.
Guys, don't forget to check out Humble Bundle. Has one of their biggest bundles yet, the Sierra Bundle. It's got King Quest, Police Quest, Thanos, I can't say that word, Velocity Shiftings, Star Quest, Geometry Wars, and more. Of course, it all depends on how much you want to give or to charity. So, it's something phantasm, gory, or whatever the fuck it is. I'm not going to say it. The Humble Bundle monthly currently offering Soma. If you subscribe now, you'll get the extra goodies, and they'll get unlocked reveals, plus 10% off at the Humble Bundle store. Different plans available, of course. HumbleBundle.com/monthly. That'll go in the chat here in a second. And then, don't forget, of course, Rainbow Six Starter Edition on Steam right now for $14.99 or something to the effect. Something, $14.99, $16.99, it's something around there. And I'm not going to play that on PC. I have way too much shit I'm doing right now.
Yeah, and
can't do it.
I mean, it's just a nice thing to have because it's a smaller buy-in, and that game they keep updating it, they keep tweaking it, adding new content. Rainbow Six Siege, man, that's an example of how to do an online game and treat it like a platform in itself. Like, Ubisoft,
they did great with that game.
Yeah, Ubisoft usually doesn't get it right, but they're on point, man. Like. They keep tweaking even the UI and making it look more polished and snappier, and it keeps getting better, man. It's not even just the lazy stuff. Like they're not just adding more maps, and character. Like this, they're constantly like tweaking and just improving upon something that's already good. Like it's just amazing. I wish I had more time in the day to play. I mean, if I had the time, this would be one of those games I'd be playing like every day for 2 or 3 hours a day.
Right. For those that did want to play the game and just could not come to the price of paying how much it was, Overwatch Day 2 price drop on Amazon. It's about $10. Better get it now before it goes away. Dark Souls 3, $10 price drop. Time to buy it, guys, if you want to get it. How long will people be playing this game? Yogi, you got any added on that? How long people are going to be playing Dark Souls 3?
It's already dropped off. Because I don't see people playing it anymore.
I see quite a few little streams doing it, but not much.
It's like
Mm-mm.
maybe 5% of what it was at best.
Oh my God, you got a lot of deals.
No, I crossed them off. That's it. But the Dark Souls 3 is still dropping. It dropped $10 like a few weeks after it got released. Like what was it, like 3 weeks after release, which is pretty fast. And I think it'll drop some more. So I think once it's at that like $20 sweet spot, I probably will buy it. I'll jump on it then. I would love to play that co-op with someone. Because Dark Souls 2 is great, but the co-op in that is janky as hell. So, anywho. What happened?
Blades got up, his chair popped back up, and almost tipped his desk and almost tipped his screen over.
Oh my God.
I'm not going to do it, guys. My voice is really fucked up tonight. But we're going to get it. No, we're not going to do that either. Hold on. Let me find out where we're at.
I'm trying to save you some time because we gotta jump ahead. Dark Souls 3 is still $60. Where? Digital? I've seen it cheaper. I would not pay full price for Dark Souls 3. This is why I don't like digital. Digital will not depreciate. Like so many times you go online and you'll find it cheap for physical. And then you go out to the people that are impatient, they'll like, oh, I'll just download it. No, don't ever go by the digital price because they will just bend you over.
Yogi.
Yes.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Blaze is not here, but he's ready.
He's touching his pee-pee.
It's time for Geeks Engaged.
Ah!
Seriously, let's get down. What?
OB, $32.99 for Dark Souls 3. Xbox One.
Whatever.
It's coming down. I know. All right. People with good taste in games.
I just did the intro of a lifetime for him, even when I'm sick, and he just totally ignores it. Fuck it, Geeks Engaged. You guys want to get in here?
I love it. Look, you did the shotgun,
Discord.
and I went, ah.
Mm-hmm.
I reacted to your shotgun, OB. I did.
You don't even care about me anymore. I'm gonna just stop using this voice altogether. Sound like fucking Megatron anyway. God damn it.
Isn't Megatron also the voice of Duke Nukem? No, they're two different guys. I know John, I think it's John St. John.
Fatal's about to fucking cyber slap your ass.
I know, I was kidding. But
like,
John St. John is great.
He's like, what the fuck did he just say? All right.
Now, I want to make sure I'm clear. I'm not saying Dark Souls 3 isn't worth the full price. It's just not for me, because I know I wouldn't commit the time to. I'm still slowly working through Dark Souls 2. So, like, I know if I drop full price on the game, I want to know that I'm going to keep playing it and putting the time in and not have a wall of shame. That's what I'm saying. I'll wait for the price drop. Because then I won't feel so bad when I don't play it.
Chris is like, yeah, geeks in space. What? Sounds like Dude Nukem. Yeah, when I'm not sick, I'll record it from you. I'll record it for you sometime for a sound bit. But it actually sounds like Transformers. You know, when I do the little sound bits from him. So and them from the movies. I'll send it to you, man. It does sound like him. I'm not feeling good right now.
And Peter Cullen is the voice of Optimus Prime, the classic voice.
I'm sorry, okay? So fuck you.
Sorry about that.
Did you ever see the interview that Chip did, the B Team did with John St. John, Duke Nukem?
Nope.
You gotta check it out. It's hilarious.
Did not. Did I get links to it? Nope. Did not.
GeekyAntics.net. Enjoy. Great new site. Check it out.
Wow, when did it open?
Just yesterday. Just yesterday.
Dude, I was looking yesterday and I didn't see nothing like about GeekyAntics.net.
I know. It's just it's taking the internet by storm. It has this a lot of amazing thing. It has articles. We have podcasts that are actually podcasts. We also have a neat thing called comments, and it's a little tricky. We're trying to perfect it because people are really getting stuck when they look at the three fields. One says name, and one says comment, and then the other one says your email. People are having trouble with the email part. They don't know what to put in there. They don't know if they should put a social security number in there or the stool sample, the blood type. Just don't know. So we're gonna cut it down and make it so that we say on the name field, just say type any letter. So you can just type in any letter or bash your head on the keyboard and that'll work.
Right.
And then in comment, we'll just have a drop down menu where you could choose a comment. Awesome, great article. Keep it up, guys. Just make it real easy so you don't have to think because we understand that is an opportunity people have. Wow. Conversation killer!
So, about this here comment thing I keep hearing about, what I understand from it now, that it's a place to leave a stool sample and then bash my head into the keyboard?
Absolutely.
Yes,
Do it
that's
repeatedly,
exactly what
please.
it's saying. Seriously, that is exactly what he's saying.
Just do not bash your head into the stool sample.
But if you
I
leave
promise nothing.
if you leave a stool sample anywhere but in the fucking bathroom and the toilet, you're gonna have words. I just want to put that out there.
I have
the way,
Amazon Prime. I can get it to Yogi in 2 days for free.
Oh
my
God.
God.
So hey, Ginger Ale wanted us to mention. I know we're not really doing news tonight, but there's a little known website that is no longer around called 99 Gamers, and it's basically meant to be a aftermarket, place to shop for games, like GameStop, but not full of suck because people are getting ripped off there. Just creating a nice marketplace, and apparently some people are upset because the website shut down out of nowhere and ran off with a bunch of people's money or something. Because they had coins. And they give you like this, they had like their own currency. So this is the thing. The thing about that, this is not an uncommon story. Anytime you have a virtual currency that could be exchanged for real money, it treads a very dangerous line. That's borderline illegal. That's why even Microsoft changed their Microsoft points into just Microsoft Cash. Like now you have a dollar amount in your wallet or whatever, as opposed to Microsoft points, because that's they were basically creating their own currency, and that's technically illegal. So be careful with that, because I know even with me, I do a lot of freelance writing, and there's websites that they pay you in their own credits, for writing quick articles or whatever, doing copy editing, and then you cash it out. And it sounds great, but then if that thing goes belly up, and there's still a lot of those kind of sites that pop up, yeah, be careful with those things. That is the very real risk that you're gonna run into. But anyway.
Or you can be like me, don't trust anybody. If anybody wants any money from me, I basically give them a double number one sign and tell them the two best words in the world that you could tell anybody when you want them to leave you alone. Fuck you!
Oh, I thought you were going to say vote Trump.
Oh my God. I am voting Trump. So there.
Oh, Canada.
You know what? More than likely, my ass is going to oversleep that day because I don't really give a damn. Because no matter what I vote, now this is what he did. No matter what I do or how I vote, my vote don't mean a goddamn thing.
It would if you vote for Harambe.
I am going to write myself in there and vote for me. How's that?
You don't have the prerequisites to be president.
Fuck them. Neither does the two that we are freaking voting for right now.
Harambe did.
Yeah, but you have to be a naturalized U.S. citizen. They don't accept Canadians.
Harambe wasn't born here?
Oh no, Harambe's
Dude,
good.
at this point, I wish I was Canadian.
It's OB.
Then I'd be getting free health care, so, fuck them.
Harambe runs for president. Everyone insists on seeing the birth certificate.
Well, this could lead to some very racist jokes. So let's move on.
Yep. And remember, guys, Yogi started this topic.
How did I start it?
I was ready to talk about what we were talking, what we've been playing, what we've been watching, and stuff like that. But
yeah, folks. By the way, if you want to join us for this train wreck, jump into the TeamSpeak.
Just saying,
go into the lounge.
This is playing like this every single week, and you know it.
I know, but it's a delicious train wreck. But
it's like WWE. It's totally scripted.
But here's the thing, come on Discord, go into the Chillax Lounge, and we'll pull you in. Yeah, you have to be on the voice channel for us to pull you in. And BFT said, with that attitude, the terrorists have already won. Be careful, don't mention terrorists. You might end up like PewDiePie. He got his Twitter banned.
Where, little boy?
And before he gets unverified.
People are like, that whole verification thing is such a joke. Because I know people that are nobodies that are verified, and they didn't do a little hack. And then there's people that are like legit, big time A-listers, and they're not verified.
AKA
and anyone that. Well, here's the other thing too. Like, there's like people that say they know how to get you verified, and all these articles, they're bullshit. Trust me. There's a certain criteria. But Twitter doesn't want to feel like it.
I'm coming from a person that don't really give a flying fuck because I haven't been paying attention. What's verified?
It's basically a Twitter letting other people know that you're important.
Oh, I'm verified. Damn.
See, there's a lot of hate for Twitter, but I think anyone that hates Twitter isn't using it right. Like, if you like social media, if you like talking to people, making friends, I don't see how you can't like Twitter. The problem is, don't live in the home feed. It's just like Facebook. You don't want to live in the home feed. You want to like search for stuff. Use the hashtags so you could like if you go to a Twitter chat, those things are fun as hell. There's Twitter chats for all kinds of things, like tabletop gaming, Yu-Gi-Oh, anime, freaking. Silly hats, like anything you could think of. There's content chat, tool chat, startup chat, lean chat. I mean, there's freaking all kinds of chats. They got a Twitch chat. Twitch uses freaking, the hashtag. Well, Twitch uses for their backend, they use IRC, but still, it's all the same kind of thing. So Twitter is great. You scrubs just don't know how to use it. That's fine. Twitter is fantastic, though. If you don't like it because it's loud, that means you're using it wrong. But there's a lot of, and I see it all the time. People don't know what they're doing. It's cool. That's why I hire somebody like me. Look, for a small amount, I'll coach you and show you how to really get the power. Power. When I think Chris is having some issues. Does he want us to pull him in? No.
Well, hey guys, help me get verified. I'm just kidding. I don't give a fuck. I don't even know what it means at the time.
Hashtag verify Wolfie Raps.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, on that grind for a while. That dude deserves it. He got from 1 mil to 2 mil on YouTube in like a week. He deserves that check. Him and Team Albo, like all of Team Albo.
Yeah, and it's not even. They don't even look at the size of audience. It's about there's like some weird metrics they look at, like your ratio and how influential you are by some weird algorithm that they use. It's janky, but that's another discussion for another day. So, for those that can't join us live, man, you guys really like killing the dead air tonight.
Fine. A1 play Lagerfield 1 yet?
What? Oh,
Lagerfield 1.
is that what you're calling it? We're about to talk about that. But for those that can't join us live, those of you that can't come on Discord or can't join us live on Twitch, we have a voicemail / text line. So you can leave us SMS messages. 646-801-2149, or you can email us, mail@geekyantics.net. Anyway, guys, let's get right into it. What we've been playing, what we've been watching. WWBP, WWBW. We should start with podcasts. I won't go too long on the podcast. I'm just going to say that I've been doing my homework. I'm ready for this season. I've been listening to a lot of fantasy football podcasts to catch up. The Fantasy Footballer, the Fantasy Football Guys, the Audible.
I am probably going to suck ass in this league. But that's just, I'm not paying attention. I'm trying not doing that one thing where I do too many things at once.
Isn't that you every day?
Yep.
I still remember when you wanted to start a website. I'm like, are you trying to kill yourself? You could, and you got mad at me because you thought I was trying to say you couldn't do it. I'm like, no.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, I know.
The workload.
Hey,
people don't understand.
Hey, bro, past. Let's leave the past alone. I have a website, but it's for the Top Star Esports, and that's slowly but surely getting done. It'll come up. When that comes up, you guys can join that one too. And support Top Star Esports in all its endeavors. Call of Duty.
What up, Clusterfuck?
Hearthstone. Etc. Yes, we're all clusterfuck tonight, and it's my fault, and I'm cool with that.
So, let's talk about TV and anime. I want to talk about the Last Ship. The season finale just happened. Man, that show. And I was for a second. I didn't check the reports on it. They tweeted out, and this is why it's important to have someone that will edit your copy, and a copy editor, if you will. I've heard there's people that do these kind of services, and it's probably someone that you may know right now. I'm saying, but one little word can send out the wrong signal. So I'm looking. This is a professional Twitter feed, right? The official, and it's verified too. It's got the little check mark on it on Twitter. The Last Ship, right? And it said in the final episode of The Last Ship, blah blah blah. Like, I mean, wait a minute. Final episode. There's something very different between series finale and season finale. Please check your copy before you hit send. Before you put that copy online and it's stuck there forever. Good Lord.
So who's having a series finale?
The Last Ship just did.
Well,
season finale.
That's awkward because I thought there was another season coming.
No, it's a season finale. But they when they tweeted out, they said the last episode or the final episode, something to that effect, which will make you believe it's the last episode, period, not the last episode of the season. You know, and they have plenty of character space to write season finale, but it's put in the last episode in the final episode. Like that, I nearly flipped out. I tweeted them back. I was like, "There better be another season." There's too many questions, and some people need to get smacked in the face. It's been renewed. In fact, TNT is picking up 2 new shows. One is made by the production company that Brad Pitt owns, and I think it's a Western type of show. And there's another one. They both look interesting. TNT had some really quality stuff. You wouldn't expect it, but they have a lot of good original series on there.
I can't think of the last time I watched like an original series from them. I know they used to do a lot of like run back of CBS and like because it was a lot of CSI and like Law and Order and stuff.
The Librarians.
I thought that was ABC.
Oh, that's a TNT joint.
Okay, so they've got one.
Falling Skies, was it at TNT as well?
Falling Skies was ABC.
Originally when it aired?
Yeah, the first season I remember watching it on ABC.
Really? Because I see maybe they're owned by the same company or something. I don't know. Because I remember watching on TNT. I always thought it was TNT. Maybe ABC gave up the rights after the first season or something. I don't know. There's a couple of others that I've caught on there, but like they're starting to come up. They started to come up like you'd be surprised like some of the stuff they have on there. But yeah, they are generally known more for reruns. Not as bad as TBS though. I think TBS is more like that. Like TBS, like if they had like original series, I'd be like, whoa, what's this?
They used to back in the day, like they used to have the Ultimate Gamer first aired on TBS, and like King of the Nerds was on there, but they haven't really done anything recently.
Damn, dude, good memory. I almost forgot about those.
Dude, I love those shows. Those were my show.
Yeah, it's that's the funny thing about it. Like, since usually, we're watching these shows through apps, or some kind of syndication platform, you don't really think about the original channel or network. So it's weird,
Also, actually, TBS also had CSGO. Like, they were the ones that brought kind of more the CSGO and were one of the first channels to bring competitive esports into the TV scene as well.
Yeah, TBS kind of makes me think of Spike. For some reason, when I watch TBS, it's like Spike meets TV Land.
With just a small dash of Comedy Central.
Yeah, I can see that. Yep. Yeah, TBS is not a bad channel. It's just that's one that I normally don't think about. Every now and then you end up there, like, oh, they got some good stuff on. But TNT, I think, is actually really making like a real play at competing with like a lot of these these more common networks. Like you got the big ones, right? You got Stars, HBO, Showtime, right? Like AMC would have to go up there because they have The Walking Dead and Preacher now, and now Fear the Walking Dead too. So they're kind of a big deal. They got other stuff too, I know, but those are kind of like the big things right now. So those are like the big ones. And now these other channels are like even USA. USA I kind of consider like middle tier, but not like they got. Wait, listen. Let me finish the statement.
Okay.
USA was middle tier for a little while. I loved Monk. I loved Psych. But they really stepped up their game with Mr. Robot.
Dude, Suits, White Collar, Burn Notice.
White Collar.
I can keep going.
No.
Royal Pains.
And I'm saying, like, once they got like Burn Notice and White Collar and up, like they've been unstoppable since that. But like before that, they were a little more weaker, a little bit weaker.
What about two of the longest episodic running series in the history of television, Monday Night Raw and SmackDown Live?
Oh,
yeah, but see, that's different. Like, I don't consider that competing. Like, I love that stuff. Trust me. But
Bazinga!
What the hell? That came out of nowhere. Wow, OB for that, you gotta get this. You're welcome.
I swear that's the only one you got. Jesus Christ.
God, I didn't finish. I'm not using my full soundboard right now. Too lazy. Anywho, no, like, what I'm saying is, like, I feel like there's always been a bias towards USA. Like, it's kind of like more like this channel is included in your cable package. But now I think, the past few years they've really like stepped up their game big time. Like, I'd put them on the same tier as HBO and Showtime now. You know what I mean?
I could see that.
That's what I'm saying. There's tiers. There's tiers there. I love the program at USA. Don't get me wrong. I think they have some of the most unique shows out there. So I think TNT, if they keep going the way they are, I think they're gonna be edging into that territory as well.
Muted. You guys remember when TNT was the big one, the big channel to have because that's where all the movies were.
That's been a while, bro.
Just for the record,
That's why I said the first fucking words I said out of my mouth. Hey guys, do you remember when?
I just want to point out that both of those are dominant powerhouses that had wrestling on them while they were dominant powerhouses.
I know, and that's why they were dominant powerhouses, because they have the WWE on them, or WWF, or TNA.
Actually, they had WCW. TNT was big during the Monday Night Wars when WCW dominated. USA, now that the WWE has dominated pretty much everything, is considered a juggernaut. Wrestling's still not relevant? I think not.
You know what? They need to bring back Glow, Glamorous Ladies of Wrestling.
That's some haters.
They tried. There was a short revival of that. It ran about 6 episodes, but it was too campy and cheesy upon the return. It didn't do well.
I love doing that voice.
You got the right producers behind that. It's gonna be great because the women are gonna love it. That the women are kicking ass, and the men are gonna love it because TNA. Everybody wins.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I think it could work. You just gotta know how to do it. Just like I think American Gladiators could still work.
Again, speaking of things that came back for extraordinarily short revivals.
I know. Yeah, I mean, in a way, those things are a product of the time, but there's ways to go about it. There's way. I mean, I don't keep up with WWE the way you guys do, but I get excited about the Diva stuff. It's just cool to me seeing that being more of a thing. That variety. Anyway, the last ship.
No, you earned that dead air.
The last ship. Still a huge fan. Can't say enough about it. But moving on. You guys have any shows you want to talk about real quick or no?
Supernatural. Doctor Who.
That's coming back. Those are all fall shows.
Potentially Sherlock.
So, are you going to be mad when I tell you that you can't watch Doctor Who here?
The fuck I can't.
I was going to say, because we don't get that channel for some odd reason.
That's adorable. My computer gets that channel.
Fatal was around when I was asking, where can I watch it online, or where can I watch it on the computer? Yogi's like, I don't know if you can. I don't know. Blah, blah, blah. It's kind of hard for you to understand because you're dumb. Yeah.
I've told you several times what to do. You just... Obi, folks, Obi spends most of his time on planet Obi, where the moon and the sun are named Obi, and nothing else really penetrates. Unless you send several flares out into orbit, and then he notices them.
What a dick.
Are you in some way related to Stretch Armstrong? Because I feel like that was a reach. A very, very far reach.
Dude, I got so much
there's
shit
a
on my
planet
mind right
Obi.
now.
It's in Azeroth. That's the only place planet Obi can be.
That does make sense. That makes a lot of sense right now.
So fuck off.
Those Stretch Armstrong toys. I would love for them to come back too. The problem is, you gotta be careful. You think those things will stretch forever, but eventually you'll bust a hole in that shit, and then you got corn syrup all over you, and that shit ain't easy to get off.
Well, yeah.
Are we still talking about Stretch Armstrong or a condom?
Stretch Armstrong, but it doesn't apply to condoms too.
Oop, there
So
it is.
good thing to do is just coat yourself with some baby powder first, and then easy to get rid of the stick, or some cornstarch if you prefer. You guys watching Fear the Walking Dead?
I haven't watched it in 2 or 3 seasons, so no, not really.
The last 2 episodes have been really cool. It's only in the second season, so.
Oh, I
I
never started it, so no. Unless it's on on like where can I? I'm not gonna go to some janky fucking website and.
This is our AMC show, just like Walking Dead.
Well, Fatal will hook me up with it somewhere down the line, and I'll catch up.
Hey, you didn't even need a janky website. You can use a janky app instead.
Janky app.
Side loading. That's all I gotta say. See, BNT knows what I'm talking about. He said he broke a lot of Stretch Armstrongs as a kid. Yeah, I got those shit as stress balls, and you're like, oh man, I'm so pissed off, and you think you can take it, and nope, it sure can't. This is like the little those water toys they used to have back in the days too, where you just squeeze it, and like little parts of it will pop out. Like the dog had a little penis that will pop out, or a nose that pop out. They said it was a nose, but it's actually a penis. We knew what it was.
What the hell kind of bootleg toys did you have?
Listen, I grew up on the mean streets of New York City. We had some very strange toys.
Expanding dog toys?
Yeah, it was a big thing. Dude,
I bet it was. It expanded.
The thing is, like street vendor used to be really. They're still pretty big in New York City, and I know you grew up in Chicago, so you know what I'm talking about.
I do. It's just way funnier this way.
But like it was funny because whenever there was a hot trend, every street vendor, like even if that wasn't the kind of thing they would carry a few of those things. Like when the clackers came out and the slap bracelets, slap bracelets were terrible because eventually the little rubber plastic whatever covering of the metal thing would come off, and they start stabbing people with that shit, and it would actually hurt when they slap you with it, Or the clackers. They had some that had some kind of lime or flint on it, on the actual clacking parts of balls.
Oh yeah, and then they'd spark and
balls,
start fires and shit. Oh man, this is when no one gave a shit about it. People weren't so freaking PC and petrified, with fear. They're like, oh, may contain lead. I'll buy 3 of them.
And then you realize it was a teething ring, and you're just like, they'll grow out of it.
Yo, I legit had a lead-based Voltron. That shit was heavy as fuck. Then it got thrown away, but then I got the die-cast metal one, which is safer. But that shit still was heavy. This is when toys were made. They were made in America with quality parts.
To beat your siblings with.
That's right. Beat your siblings with it. Exactly. And they can survive shit like being, thrown at you or thrown across the room. Those lions were tough.
Except for my Ninja Turtle van. My Ninja Turtle van never could hold up.
Yeah, but that's because you had to assemble it to begin with. So the joints were kind of
shitty.
Yeah, but the turtle van, I love all that shit, man. If I could, I'd have a toy collection right now.
Wife and kids.
I do that sometimes. I'll get something for the kids, but really it's for me to play with. Shh! Don't tell anybody.
Why do the kids need a Nerf sniper rifle? Don't worry about it. Just trust me, they need it.
Dude, that we had a Christmas.
You just bought one of them bitches too.
Where all we did we kept finding all the Nerf sales, and we had everything Nerf. Oh, it was great because we went out to the yard and we went through the woods, and we had the glow in the dark vest. Yo, it was sick, man. We had the whistling darts. We had the long shot that will freaking shoot across the pond, and it was Good times.
Dude,
Nerf is fun, man.
when we move and we can build a barn of some sort, we are gonna make an indoor fucking Nerf arena. Telling you, we're gonna set up just like a paintball arena, but it's gonna be Nerf. So everybody can come do it.
Yeah,
if we do that, there has to be like a zombie hunt Nerf event.
Yeah. Who's the zombie?
Yeah, that'd be good.
You?
They got the Velcro joints. The Velcro joints are dope. That they like, you put the vest on, or you wear something woolly, and then just shoot people with the little Velcro darts.
Yep.
And then at the end, you take you get a score. Though it's a little easier for people to cheat in Nerf than it is laser tag, so that's something to consider.
Actually, there's a trick to that. What you do is with the Velcro tip darts, you just put a little bit of like baby powder or powder on it, so that when it hits, it leaves a powder mark too.
Oh yeah.
Marking.
Don't do Nerf play airsoft. Airsoft is an expensive version of Nerf. You're talking like
problem is with airsoft,
big league.
Like I wouldn't get in and get I would go paintball before I went airsoft again.
Airsoft hurts too.
Just because airsoft hurts more than paintball, and Nerf is just something I can get in there and get in my shorts and just have some fun with my kid, or just his because he's gonna start growing up. Like he's gonna have friends. I mean he's next year he'll be 6. He'll be in first grade or kindergarten. God damn, he'll be in kindergarten this fall starting Tuesday, and like he's gonna start having friends. And if I can have something like that set up, where parents aren't freaking out when they come over, like, oh my god, is he gonna get shot? Ma'am, it's Nerf. It's and then you could go up to I don't want to airsoft. No, if it's big enough, you can even convert it into a paintball arena. You know what I mean? For
airsoft's cool because they get the replicas on point. Like those guns look a little too realistic, and they have a nice weight to them. But that's the problem, because they feel so realistic. You get into some issues, and also, it's expensive. I mean, I guess like you said, Obi, I'd rather do paintball because, I
mean, paintball's a little pricey. Don't get me wrong. It is. Don't get me wrong. It is it can be consuming and pricey. But for the amount of money that you're going to pay for paintball and have the all the paint and all that stuff to have a few solid hours of really good fun, I mean, you're still spending a little chunk of change, but you're going to spend double that on just triple that just on buying your rifle alone in airsoft. And then you got to deal with the little pea-sized whelps, praying to God that you don't get shot in one of your, soft parts of your body, to where that some bitch gets and actually penetrates skin.
What's the thing? Some people field tune their airsoft guns.
Yeah, and make it go faster, where it's like a bullet, man. I get shot like that, and it's penetrate. I'm pulling out my real gun. Like, no. Like, paintball is just about it. Yes, paintball can hurt, and paintball can splatter, make mess, and actually leave a welt just like that. But I know for a fact that I've never, ever heard of an actual paintball being lodged in somebody's skin. Now, granted, there was one person that was shot point blank, but even it didn't go into his skin; it splattered, just left an indent in his skin. So, like, I've never heard of a paintball piercing the skin. As long as your eyes and your junk's covered, I mean, wear a cup, bro. You don't wear a cup, you're stupid.
Now, it can break skin, but like it wouldn't penetrate it. Like it'll just like cause like a little like.
It'll just cause a massive bruise, man.
Yeah.
It's a welt. That's it.
I like paintball. It's fun. Teaches you good teamwork, and they can do the scenario play. It's just fun, making a big mess too. It's good times, man. But anyway, how did we get to that? That was a tangent and a half. There's some movies I wanted to talk about. Have any of you guys seen the Point Break remake?
I have not.
And Chris says paintballs could definitely break skin and bones.
Yeah, they can.
Well, yeah, if somebody cranks up their frickin' tank.
It's not as bad as airsoft though. Like airsoft, I've seen more consistently. People field tuning,
if you keep,
shooting
like,
high FPS.
whatever, like things that you need, like your regulators and stuff like that, if they're on and installed properly, and you know somebody that knows how to check for that, I mean, you got to be smart about doing it. I mean, there are all those, again, we're going to just call them the trolls, that just say, oh, let's see how high I can turn this up. Maybe I can shoot somebody's arm off. This will be cool. No. And of course, you got to realize a lot of people that do this are in their 20s. You're in your 20s, you're still a kid. I'm sorry to say that. I swore to God I would never say that when I was 20. But if you're still in your 20s, you're still a kid. I can say that now. I'm in my 30s. But still, I just see the way I acted back then and now the way I act now. Just a total different way of thinking. Amazing.
Yep.
This is what we were talking about on Gaming Death Podcast. Chris wanted to play WoW again. Well, he didn't want him to play, but it's like 10 years is a long time, especially if you kind of know more about yourself and you can control yourself. What it is, I guess. Talking in fucking circles. Thanks, Yogi.
No, but Point Break, the remake was pretty entertaining. It's just good, dumb fun. It was very cheesy, but it's an entertaining ride. And God, there's some really cheesy parts. Like it's corny as hell as parts, but if you love extreme sports and crazy camera angles, you'll definitely dig it. But the movie I wanted to recommend. Did I talk about Starry Eyes with you guys? The horror movie?
I don't know. Fatal stepped out for a second, so. I think you might have said something about it a week or two ago to me, but I don't.
If it was, it's probably maybe a month ago.
It probably didn't stick because I don't remember.
What about Oculus?
The system?
No.
Okay, then no.
Of course, I also rewatched the classic horror movie, which a lot of people say is one of the best horror movies ever made, called Suspiria. It's an Italian-made movie, kind of like Phenomena.
Mm-hmm.
It's some trippy ass shit. Like if you like Clockwork Orange, this is like the horror equivalent of Clockwork Orange, Suspiria. But Oculus and Starry Eyes. Actually, Sean Freeman had the girl from Starry Eyes. This is an independent film. It really makes you think a lot of Rosemary's Baby, but adapted from modern times. It's kind of like that kind of plot. But there's some. I don't know how to talk about it without spoiling it, but there's some shit that will make you cringe. Let's just say that. There's some an evolution that takes place and some twists that's like wow. So check out Starry Eyes. Oculus is the horror movie that had Karen Gillan, aka Amy Pond from Doctor Who, and that's automatically a winner in my book. Basically, it's about these a brother and a sister that reunite after a long time because the brother gets let out of he was like in a psych ward for many years and kind of imprisoned there because he did some shit, and they start doing a documentary because no one believes their story that they have this mirror that's cursed. So they set up like all these weird contraptions to protect them from the cursed mirror. Because the mirror makes you lose track of reality and makes you imagine shit. You have no sense of like time and space. Like it just fucks with you in many different ways. And so they they thought they could outsmart the mirror by setting up these alarms and little contraptions to like keep them grounded and keep them from like killing each other or going crazy. You have to watch the movie to see what happens. Oculus.
I have some of the releases that are going to be coming out. If you want me to kind of spot them out real quick if you want to.
Oh, Chris says Oculus was meh, but BFT says it was really good.
That's
He
why.
likes Babadook.
That's why I should have. Oh shit! A viewer's listener fight. Fight. Let's go.
Babadook was great. I like Oculus too. Karen Gillan, you can't go wrong. The Oculus could have been better, but I like the premise of it. Like, it's really creepy. Now, Babadook. Have you seen Babadook, Obi? I know we talked about this before. That shit, I don't know what's more creepy. What's going on in Babadook, or the fact that that kid is annoying as fuck. But yes, take the pants off. Go for it. That's what we do. Oh, he hated the ending. The ending was kind of disappointing. What are you doing now? You doing movie releases, Obi?
Well, no, some of the shows that are coming back this season for the fall.
Okay, well, I got one more movie, and then we'll talk about the fall TV.
We were talking about.
Well, have you seen The Gift?
Nope.
Jesus, I haven't got a single one that you've seen. Okay. All right, so basically, this movie is about it's about a dude that gives gifts, but they become increasingly more awkward. And then you find out there's a lot more to it. Basically, like, he's that neighbor that doesn't know how to like respect personal space. But then it turns out this has Jason Bateman in it. I love Jason Bateman. And I love him in all his roles that he plays. But he was so good in this movie that I hated him. His character was a total dick. You gotta watch this movie, and then we'll talk about it. All right, so what's the fall TV schedule look like?
Starting September the 6th, which is next Tuesday, Atlanta is starting back up on FX. These are a couple of them are Better Things is starting up on Thursday on FX. September the 12th on Monday. We're looking at the Dancing of the Stars season is starting up. Wednesday, September 14th, Blind Spot and American Horror Story is starting up. Blind Spot being on NBC and American Horror Story being on FX. And Dancing of the Stars is going to be on ABC. Of course, it's football season, so of course the Thursday night pregame and football program on CBS. And then the 18th starting on Sunday, then they're going every day. The Academy Awards pre-show and the actual 68th Academy Awards on ABC on Sunday. That's kind of a once a year type show that you can watch if you want to. The case closed limited series is starting up on CBS at about 8:30, and then The Big Bang Theory starts up their a new season. I can't believe it. 8 p.m. CBS. The Voice starts a new season. Gotham is on Fox, starts up a new season. Kevin Can Wait. It's on CBS. Case Closed Part 2. Lucifer is one that I'm going to be watching. Lucifer, it starts on Fox at 9 p.m. on Monday. And then The Good Place, which is NBC. It's a preview, so of it starting, I think, a week later or so. But that's, and then I will go through Wednesday, I guess. Dance starting Tuesday, September 20th, Dancing with the Stars. The results, of course, back-to-back days. NCIS is actually starting a new one. Brooklyn, the Voice 2, Brooklyn Nine-Nine is actually starting a new season. New Girl's coming back, which I think you liked, Yogi, didn't you? Was it you, Fatal, that liked New Girl? Or was I think that was Missy. Or yeah.
No, I like New Girl because I was talking about how Zoe is my bae.
If you guys ever heard of the show Bull, it's on CBS. I don't know what it is. Scream Queens is on Fox. Marvel Agents of what? Scream Queens. Yes,
that's what I meant to say. One of the girls from that show is a friend of the network. She supports our. She actively retweets us and tweets us and shares our stuff on Facebook. I love you. You know you are. You want a name drop? You probably know who she is.
We don't do that. Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Is actually starting their new season on ABC at 10 p.m. NCIS New Orleans, And then This Is Us. I don't even know what the fuck that is. Wednesday, September 21st.
I don't even recognize half of these shows. Are you making these up, Obi?
No, it's I'm reading them actually from the it's fall TV premiere calendar 2016.
Did you get to Van Helsing and Z Nation yet?
I'm only on Wednesday.
Oh my god, you're going day by day.
Yep.
Pick out the highlights. What sticks
All
out
right.
to you?
Blind Spot.
All of them.
We talked about that
Yeah,
earlier.
Blind Spot's good.
Blind
Yeah.
Spot is on
wait,
Wednesday.
did you get into that show already?
No. Survivor is on also starting Wednesday for those that like that. I know Law and Order is a big one that people can't wait to watch. Blackish, I'm actually gonna watch that one. I don't remember who is in it, but it's funny as shit.
Obi.
Empire, what?
Obi.
What?
Blackish
Yes.
or Fresh Off the Boat?
Blackish.
You have to choose one.
Blackish all day long.
Okay. Fresh Off the Boat or Modern Family?
Neither.
What?
I would rather watch Empire. Thank you.
If you had to choose one?
Nope,
Really?
neither. Empire is going to be on Fox for those. Big Brother, Chicago PD. I know there's a couple of people that have talked about that in the past. That's new season starting on NBC. Next Thursday, most of these right before our show. Grey's Anatomy is a big one that's coming off. Notorious is their second season is starting up, or second or third. I think it was second. And then Blacklist is another one that's coming up, starting NBC at 10 p.m. And then Friday, which is mainly the last day of the new startup, for the new season. Last Man Standing is a good one that's coming up. The new Shark Tank, Hawaii Five-0, Blue Bloods, The Exorcist,
Last Man
Hell's
Standing
Kitchen.
is Tim Allen, right?
What?
Isn't that Last Man Standing? Is that the Tim Allen show?
Yes, ABC at 8 p.m. Nick Cannon's got a new one coming out, Caught on Camera with Nick Cannon, coming to ABC or NBC 8 p.m. Hell's Kitchen is a really good one that I like. Shark Tank, of course, The Exorcist, Blue Bloods coming out. I think my wife likes that. But Sunday we got a few things. Family Guys doing another season. Last Man on Earth, Quantico. Once Upon a Time starting their fall season again, September 20th on Sunday. So it's gonna be I can't wait. And then you got football. Great.
Yeah.
Like a full week of watching shit. I mean, the following week we got a few of them that are coming out. So it stagnates a little bit, like NCIS, Los Angeles, coming out the following week because the one Flash is going to be coming out on October 4th. The Arrow is going to be coming out starting October 5th. Two Broke Girls, Yogi loves that one. October 10th. Supergirl, October 10th.
Oh, they renewed Two Broke Girls?
Supergirl. Two
Broke Girls?
Two Broke Girls.
Yeah.
Their new season, CBS, 9:30 p.m. October 10th. That's Monday.
Dude, I'm
yes,
happy.
Dude. And these are just highlights. You guys want to get the full whatever on this? There you go,
dude. You know why that show is a guilty pleasure for me, right?
The regular time period for New Girls is going to be 9 p.m. CBS on Monday. So that's the regular time period.
CBS actually has some good shows now, but do you know why Two Broke Girls is a guilty pleasure for me? One, Max is hot.
No way there's no two hot-ass women can live in New York for that little. Just saying.
The blonde girl, she's cute, but I like Max way better. She's more my type. Thick in all the right places, plus sassy. That's how I like him.
Fatal. His show Supernatural is coming out CW 9 p.m. October 13th, and DC Legends of Tomorrow is starting their new season on the same day. Damn it.
No Room Fox. Welcome to the gang officially. Man, geez, that long to find a follow button. What's up with that, bro?
That hurts, bro. But that's pretty much everything in the next.
Forget.
In the next month that's coming out for the fall season. A lot of it was highlights and whatnot. So, hope you guys join us for some movies. So when we actually some shows. So when we actually talk about them on HorsePLAY Live, you guys are like, "Oh fuck, man, you spoiler!" Like, stay up with your shit. And then because we're gonna talk about them this fall. We are just gonna talk about them. If you guys, I understand if you don't want to listen. Come hit us up on Stitcher. We'll put it there because we're a syndicated podcast. If you need,
Did you mention?
You don't want the spoilers, but
Obi, did you mention? What's the show that we keep talking about? Freaking Headless Horseman, dude. Fuck.
Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah, there you go. Is that still going?
I don't think. Yeah, I didn't see it either.
Yeah, because I've been on the fence about keeping up with that show because I enjoy it, but I have a feeling it's gonna be canceled, so I don't want to get attached.
No, dude, they can't. There's no way they can cancel it. I just don't. They can't. Not gonna happen.
I might have to catch up with that. But we did want to talk a little bit about Hearthstone and Battlefield 1 and WoW, but I guess we're running short on time. So you already said you're enjoying WoW, right?
Yes, very much so.
We talked about it at length on the Gaming Dev podcast.
Oh, we talked about it a little bit, yeah.
Hearthstone, the last wing of Karazhan came out. I think the most important thing to mention there is that last battle, the gauntlet, where you gotta like survive 2 rounds, like 2 different battles. That's pretty dope. I like that.
That thing was brutal.
But that should be a thing though. Like they start you off with like 40, 50 health, and you gotta survive X amount of combatants. Like, what a way to test the efficiency of your deck. Can you imagine?
I would like to see him do something like crew battles, kind of like that. So, like, imagine 3 or 4 people all lined up, and you had to like fight your way through all the people in their decks. So, like, Team Cloud9 versus Team Archon, or Tempo Storm versus Archon, and they've got 4 people, and each person, like, you have to go through them. Last man standing wins, or that team wins.
Yeah, that's what Hearthstone needs really. Above all, is like new formats like tag team battles or gauntlet type of thing. That'd be dope. That'd be really dope. But yeah, overall, Karazhan's pretty dope. I mean, I guess maybe next week we'll talk more about the changes in the meta and what we're seeing coming. Like, I actually finally put together a rogue deck that I enjoy playing, so we could talk about that next time. But did you guys get to play Battlefield 1?
No, I downloaded it.
Lagging.
But Sleepy Hollow is a summer show, dude.
Is it a summer show? Okay.
It starts in March of 17.
Gotcha. Okay.
And they're slotted for at least 2 more seasons. So.
All right. So let's try to catch up. All right. Cool. All right. So Battlefield 1, Fatal, you're saying it's lagging for you, right?
Yeah, it kept getting DOSed, and I couldn't even get a match.
Well,
yeah,
this is a bad weekend for a release, though, for a beta release, or a trial or whatever, because of the DOS attacks on like COD XP is getting they got DOSed for about 3 hours today, 3.5 hours, and it's the biggest championship in the world for Call of Duty on PS4. They were DDoSed. There's Xbox is getting DDoS like crazy. Blizzard was getting DDoS like crazy. I mean, they're on a spree right now.
Yeah, people need hobbies and girlfriends. Say on that.
Yeah.
But
really. Let go of your hand and let somebody else do it for you, bro. Just let go.
Well, this weekend we should play. So far, what I'll say, because I had the same trouble yesterday when it first came out, because of the DDoSing going on, but today's it was actually good. Well, if you have trouble getting into a match, you could usually circumvent it by queuing up by joining a friend's match. If the matchmaking doesn't work, that's one way to work around it. I really like what they're doing in Battlefield 1. It actually made me want to play Battlefield 4 more. And then I finally gave Hardline more of a shot. And they're both good. They're all good for different reasons. But Battlefield 1, I don't know, maybe I'm missing something, but they have a really streamlined HUD. As in, there's pretty much no HUD. The only thing that's on the HUD is the watermark that says open beta. So, like, there's no mini map. no like real
That'll
like it
drive me
feels
crazy right there. That alone.
like
No mini map
yeah
will drive
like
me nuts.
I think there's an option to turn it on, but I didn't really bother with it. I just tried to give it a shot the way it is default. And I guess maybe I tried to go for that ultra realistic, immersive kind of thing. And they definitely did it. If they're going for realism, they got it on point because, like, this is old school warfare. And, like, I'm shooting someone at maybe 50 yards away, and my bullets are dropping off and flying all over the place. I'm like, oh my God, I can't hit shit with this gun. I'm shooting in short bursts, I'm like trying to shoot single shot, and I'm still missing. I'm like, it's crazy. So, I think it's gonna take some getting used to for most people, but it is really good. Like I get that same vibe of Battlefield 1942, which I loved. But the first thing I noticed is the game looks amazing. Like the way the fire effects are, all the smoke and the fog, the sand being blown in your face. Like
I'm gonna try to play it. Like my weekend is I packed since my wife and my son went up north camping and they left today. I have today, tonight, tomorrow, do as much as I possibly can in what I'm doing with World of Warcraft. That on Sunday I'm actually going up there, so I'll try as much. I'll try my best to play it this weekend.
Yeah, just text me when you're gonna hop on, and then we'll coordinate it somehow. Because
Okay.
I like to play with friends. Because going out, like I joined some friends, but that's another thing that was weird. Like you could see your squad if you go into like the menus and stuff, but like there's no names over people's heads. It's really like the only thing you get really in terms of like HUD is like if you like look at someone, it'll show a green outline on them if they're friendly. That's it, like for the most part. And again, that's like default. Like I'm sure there's a way to change that, but like you have to be on your toes because sometimes you'll see someone and there'll be sand being blown in your face. So you're like, that are friendly, and then they'll shoot you. It's like, nope, because they just killed me. It's intense, man.
Yeah, that'll kind of get annoying really quick too. If I don't know where my friendlies are, like they don't have at least a bar over their name, like that's gonna get like I'm gonna shoot all my friendlies. So watch. Like people right in front of me, they're running. Oh, he turned around, shoot his ass.
Yeah, there's no friendly fire, thankfully, because like me and this one dude were just fucking each other up because we were like just being stupid. We're running in circles and hit each other with a freaking crowbar, whatever it is. We had a pipe or something. Just bat, bat, and we just spent like a minute doing that, running in circles, bat, bat, bat. And it's crazy too, because like you know, the technology wasn't that great at that time. So like there's tanks, but they're really shitty tanks. Like shitty. They're like baby tanks. It's great. And then there's people riding around on horses. It's a mess, but it's a good kind of mess.
Right.
And they get the biplanes. It's definitely like it's epic, man. Like, cause you just see like there's stuff.
We'll try to give it a shot at least to play it, so we can I can at least talk about it next week. Definitely.
Yeah.
So.
But,
And like I said, I played the last one. I just didn't play it with you guys. It just didn't work out. I was.
What, Titanfall 2?
Yeah. I'm just busy. I'm becoming more busy on and understanding what I have to do and what I need to do to escalate things on my end. And it's just I've got to prioritize my gameplay, and that is sorry. How it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like as soon as we're done with this, like I'm gonna say see you later, and I'm going to get on the guild Discord and I'm going to level. Yep.
World of Warcraft.
Exactly.
But yeah, Titanfall 2, again, like I said, it's funny how people that loved the first hated Titanfall 2 and people that hated the first loved Titanfall 2.
Yeah, I did.
I'm one of the few people. See, I like them both. The only thing I don't like in Titanfall 2, like it runs better, it looks beautiful, it's smooth, but there's a lot of polish in it.
There's a little
But
bit.
they got
It's a little clunky with the joystick handling, but it's for the most part. For the most part, it was. There could be a little bit more. I think I'm so used to like the COD, Call of Duty 3, Black Ops 3, that I'm used to more boost, I guess. But the kind of boost moves that you can do in that game is just amazing. Like you can slide forever.
Well, see, that's the thing. That's the way the original Titanfall was was like that. There's a lot of parkour. This one they slowed it down a lot and limited some of that stuff because it was getting out of hand. So that's what I was gonna say. Like, there's less verticality in these maps, which was one of the things that really defined Titanfall, was the fact that the maps you play them up, down, left, right, all over. Like you had to really pay attention in every direction.
Right.
Now it's a lot more like Call of Duty, where it's a little more flat and
Which
you're just kind of checking your corners.
That's a time for a whole nother discussion, because I know for a fact I could get on it really heavy with how Call of Duty is and how it should be, and so could Blade. So unfortunately, we don't have the time. Sorry.
Yeah, so maybe next week we'll talk more Hearthstone. We'll talk some more Titanfall 2, Battlefield 1 if everybody plays it. Maybe we'll do some more fantasy football talk.
It's Horseplay Live. We're gonna talk about everything. Just how it is.
There'll be food rants too.
There always is. If you guys have your own thoughts, please leave us a voicemail, or you guys can text us on the same number, 646-801-2149, or send us a mail at geekyantics.net. Horseplay Live is everywhere you can listen to or download awesome podcasts, including allgames.com, Google Play Music, iTunes, Player FM, Stitcher, and TuneIn Radio. Please take out a few minutes to thumbs up, favorite, subscribe, and share. Even better, we love some reviews and comments. It's quick, it's easy, and it really helps us out. Huge thanks to all those that have been promoting our content. We love you. Thank you very much for all that. You guys like eye candy? We do too. You guys can go check the videos of the podcast if you guys really want to on youtube.com/geekyantics, and you can check out a highlight right here on twitch.tv/geekyantics. Here at Geeky Antics Network, in collaboration with All Games Radio Network, we have tons of shows that we cover with a wide spectrum of topics. We can't possibly plug everybody. So if you guys want to go find your favorite podcast, you go to geekyantics.net/schedule. You can also see our flagship show in our Twitch on our Twitch profile and aggregate feed over at geekyantics.net/podcast. Don't forget, guys, the intro and outro to Geeky Horseplay Live is brought to you royalty-free by TechnoX.com. Go check him out, guys. Techno with a K. TechnoX.com. He's got thousands of stuff. Blaze, where can they find you, sir?
Well, you can find me on Twitter at F8TLBlades. Streaming on Twitch sometimes, at least every Tuesday as much as I can. F8, it's twitch.tv/F8TL_blades there. And I don't know, a bunch of other random doing things with the stuff and the things. Oh, well, yeah, no, that's pretty much it. I've got Snapchat now. I don't know what it is, but I know I have one. I'll update you guys on that.
Yogi, where can they find you at, sir?
I'm YogiZilla pretty much everywhere. Tumblr, Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook, Twitter, Steam, Xbox Live, all that good stuff.
All that good stuff.
We'll play video games. We'll do social things together. No sexting though. That's why I don't do Snapchat. I don't get Snapchat. That's how I know I'm an old fart.
Yeah, you don't get Snapchat. I don't see the point
other than
you got to be the perv that sends it out.
Yeah, like I don't know. I just don't see the appeal. Like I unless I can send my penis pics out, liberally, then it's not for me. I don't know.
You guys can find me Obi1X2 on Twitter. It's TSEObi1, and then of course on Battle.net. I don't even know what my Battle.net is. That's pretty sad, isn't it? My battle.net
Enough
is
about all
TSC
these nuts. On to
Obi-Wan.
community gaming.
TSC Obi-Wan hashtag 1947. Yogizilla's is Yogizilla hashtag 1722. And Fatal Blades is... I don't remember. If he said it, then he'll find it. If not, ask me.
But fun fact: if you're friends with one of us, then
You'll see
when
him.
you search, you'll search like just start typing the F8, it'll start showing his name because friends are friends.
Actually,
So-
it's TSC Blades on BattleNet.
Ah, poop. Well,
Yes.
you should type in TSC. then it'll
TSC
work.
Blades hashtag.
I think 1305. Hold on.
Anyway, you guys can check that out while he's checking that out. You guys can check all that out. And for anything that you guys are on and you guys see me around, say hi. We're going to be doing quite a few podcast appearances here in the near future with quite a few of the Geeky Antics podcasts along with some of the allgames.com podcasts. So come check all those out, guys. I would really love to see you all of you there. Get the numbers?
It is actually hashtag 1305 or 1305. And if we're doing one more plug real quick, don't forget to stop in for the next NSFW, where we will be educating our friend from the Gaming Death podcast on why he should, and all people truly should, invest at least a little bit into wrestling.
And you can get the WWE Network for only
$9.99.
And guys, that is it from us. If you guys are listening to us on allgames.com, the Dag Pistol Live Power Ranking Show is up, followed by Knuckleballer Radio at its new time every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Be sure to hang out in the chat room by clicking that live or chat button. Of course, remember our B-Team podcast crew is over at Tuesdays at 9 p.m. on our unofficial sister network, All Games Radio Network. We'll see you guys next week. Peace!
Later, taters.
Play the damn music.
Enough about all these nuts. On to community gaming.
I love that bit.
Play the damn music. See you
Oh
guys.
yeah, played it.
Four consecutive rounds in Search and Destroy on Breach to bring us back, and they
All right, guys. We love you very much. This is Obi1X2 with HorsePLAY Live and GeekyAntics.net. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. We love you guys. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.